Morning, church family. It's such an honor to be with all of you, though for a very brief moment this morning. And thank you so much for having me. This morning, I will be sharing with you on a topic, thriving in business. My name is Joy Phoebe Onwuka, and in the course of this session, I will talk from my own personal experiences, having incorporated 6 companies and running them successfully. And it is my hope that at the end of this session, that you would have been motivated in one way or the other to realize that owning a business in 2025 is not a far-fetched achievement. It's something that is reachable, is something that is doable, and it is something that is achievable. Okay. The outline we'll be looking at my own personal background, one of all my businesses to start with childcare business, real estate investment. We also dive into the aspect of financial services business, and of course, AI automation, which includes one of my projects, which is movie production. All right. So without much further ado, let's talk about me. Who is Joy Phoebe Onwuka? By profession or by my background training, I'm a project manager with PMP certification, and I have worked in with several companies, but my most recent, before I left and started my businesses full time, is General Electric. I started my IT career as a business systems analyst, and then from there move on to become a project master scheduler with expertise in Primavera P6, and then became a project manager with PMP certification. But in all this journey, all these things that I have done working 9 to 5, it all prepared me, to one thing and one thing only, to be able to run an effective and thriving business. Now, let's start with childcare business. How did I get into childcare? I have 5 children, and all my 5 children went through childcare. But all through the time I was taking them to childcare centers, I was looking for, some specific standard, which I never saw. And all the childcare centers that my children went to, none of those childcare centers were owned and run by somebody that looks like me in terms of, from an African community. So all this, coupled with the passion I have, and wanted to nurture the little minds, led myself and my husband to start considering childcare business. Now, starting a childcare business requires some information, some knowledge, and some things you need to know. I will start with the regulatory and compliance with respect to licensing. You need to understand that. So for me, what I did was that I had to take time off work and went to CDI College to do a diploma in early childhood education, because I wanted to understand how this thing works. So my recommendation for you is, with respect to childcare, look into the regulatory requirements in your province. Okay, very important. I'm in Alberta, and I can tell you for a fact that in Alberta we have regulatory requirements with respect to childcare services. Now, how did we start? When we started, we know we had history. We've prayed. We know, yes, this is the direction that the Spirit of God is directing us to go. The first challenge is getting a location. All the places we went to, they'll ask you, do you have experience? By that, they means like, do you currently own and run an existing childcare center? And our answers was no, we don't. And they won't even talk to us. And then we got to this place. They only agreed to talk to us because them themselves, the landlord, they had applied for a childcare license to operate in that location and was rejected by the children's services. So when we came, we told them, well, we said, oh, we've tried. We say, okay, no, but we want to go and try it, because we know we're backed up, by the Spirit of God. And then we conclude all the leasing agreements and everything, but condition on the approval of our license to operate as a childcare business. To their surprise, we got approval. And the moment these people saw that we've gotten approval, they changed the contract. They changed the price. If you don't want to take at this price, well, we say we are taking it. You can't. We've come too far to give up. And it's been more than 7 years. We are still growing stronger and stronger. You see, the whole essence of me telling you this story is that nothing is powerful enough to stop you. Where others have gone and they have received no, you will go, you will get a yes for an answer. Now, there are several entry points into childcare business. You might be thinking, oh, Joy, how do I get a location? How do I get a big commercial space and stuff like that? You may not start from a high scale commercial space like we do. There are other entry points like a childcare day home. You can start from that. In Alberta, with a childcare day home, you can have up to 6 children. And a childcare day home have two different strategies that you can use. You can choose to do a licensed day home or a, a private day home. With a licensed day home, it means you partner with a day home agency. So they come to your house, they help you set up, and then they constantly run adverts. So they get you clients, they get you children and place them in your day home. All the necessary paperwork, the program plan, and everything is done by the licensed day home. Okay, and then your enrollment goes through them, and then the parent pays to them. Now, the advantage with a licensed day home is that the parent gets to access all the government grants and subsidies. All right. So that is a licensed day home. And if you say, you know what, I don't want to do a licensed day home, I just want to do my own private, that is equally okay. You run it private, it means you are responsible for your own marketing, and then you have direct, approach with the parents. They pay to you directly, everything is private. And with this approach, the parents will not have access to any form of grant or subsidy. They have to pay 100% out of pocket. So I think that is a brief, introduction on how you can kickstart your childcare provider journey. All right. And this is just like an intro kind of thing. And then if you have further question, or you can note down your question, because at the end of this presentation, I'll provide time that you can ask your question. And then the next line of business that I want to talk about is real estate investment, which is another aspect of our business. All right. Now, real estate investment is building wealth, with tangible assets. There are different ways that you can build wealth. You can invest in stocks, shares. Those are not tangible assets. But with real estate, it is a tangible asset. And there is a long wealth building potentials, right? And it has steady income streams as well. So it's something that, one thing with real estate is that it's something that doesn't pull you out of your day-to-day activity. So you have it, it's running a course, and it brings in this extra source of income for you. And what are the benefits of investing in real estate? It has rental income opportunities, right? Now, you get to have like your positive cash flow. For example, if you buy a house and then you pay your mortgage, you rent it out, pay your mortgage, then the delta is your positive cash flow. That is one of the benefits of having a real estate investment business. And then it has tax advantage, and it also helps you diversify your portfolio. Okay. Now, the practical tips I can give you when it comes to real estate investment is there are several entry points. All right. You may not have the ability to, buy a whole building, but it may be an apartment. For us, we started with our basement. Yes, we bought a house that had a side entrance. And then we wanted to invest, we wanted to go into short rental. But because it's not something we had experienced, so we started with our basement. So that is a good place to start. You start small and grew from there. And from that, our basement, we expanded into, buying properties and using it. And now we have real estate investment, short-term rentals in other countries, right? Because you gain mastery by starting small. Okay, but there's no rule that says you must start small. But what I'm trying to say in essence is just start wherever your ability can carry. All right, don't let anything stops you when it comes to real estate investment. All right, okay, so let's move on. I'm trying to stay within the allocated timeline for me. Now, next talk is financial services. Now, this one, I call it the easiest entry point into owning your business here in this country and perhaps in North America at large, right? This is an opportunity where you get to learn how money works, then you use the knowledge for yourself and monetize your knowledge to make money. And what do I mean by this? Before, let me take a step back and just talk about my own personal journey into financial services, because these financial services have become one aspect of our businesses that brings in a lot of money for us, on an annual basis. You see, it was 2020 and everything was shut. Our childcare center was shut down just like every other businesses. And so was all our short-term rentals because nobody was traveling. And here was I'd laid off all our staff so they can get on EI. And I was thinking to myself, what can I do such that if there were to be another pandemic and all businesses were shut down, that I can do from the comfort of my home, number one. Secondly, what can I do that will not be capital intensive? Because setting up a childcare business in a big commercial space cost us a lot of money. And in the face of uncertainty during COVID, it wasn't a wise decision to even put any money saved into a new business venture. And from my research, financial services stood out for me. And based on our own experience in this country, having to learn, as a first generation immigrant, having to learn how money works and navigating the whole process to a point where we can say we have mastered, the rule of how money works in this country. And then having the understanding of the benefit of owning businesses compared to just having a 9 to 5 job. It aligns, perfectly well, with our journey so far at the time. And I started it, but because financial services is a regulated space, I needed to write an exam and be licensed, which I did in less than 1 month because the exam is not difficult. I passed the exams. And then the moment I passed the exams, I realized that now my skill is 100% monetized. I can help people, I can teach people. And once I teach them, I can help them set up all this. Now, even just starting with the government programs like RRSP, TFSA. By then, now first home savings account. Then there was no first home savings account, right? And all these government programs, just that anybody can leverage on to start building their financial this thing. And I was shocked as to how much of information people needed to scale in their financial journey. And this become a very big household name. Now, with our 360-degree financial, which is in partnership with Experior, has become a huge brand, right? Now, it helps you to improve your financial game plan and then help other people. All right. So that is that about financial strategies. Anybody can start. You don't have to have financial experience. You don't have to be a financial guru, right? And the system we have in place enables us to hold your hands and then teach you. And then from there, from the one, you own your business. And then it doesn't stop you from anything else you're doing, right? And in addition to that, you have 100% business ownership advantage. I always tell people, whatever you do in this country, own a business. You see, you need to own a business to understand the advantage and the power associated with business ownership when it comes to tax benefits in this country. So that is that about financial services. And I hope this brief introduction kind of gives you a kind of an idea of what financial services is all about and how easy it is to start at any time, even today. All right. So with that, I get to move on, to talk about AI because I want to kind of take a little bit of time, to unpack information to you guys about AI because this is where the world is right now. And a lot is happening. And sometimes when I talk to people and they tell me, oh, I've not heard about this. I've not heard about this. I'm like, where are you? But you see, this AI thing has a way of getting you intimidated if you have not even scratched it yet. But don't worry. When I am done, you're going to realize you won't be intimidated by it. And you're going to realize that you can start today to start learning about AI. All right. Now, what is AI? AI is utilizing artificial intelligence to streamline business processes. Okay. And example includes data analysis, client communications, content creations. Example can go on and on and on and on. I remember the very first day I heard about ChatGPT. It was from my husband. He came out one day. He would say, "Oh, honey, have you heard about artificial ChatGPT by OpenAI?" I said no, and that was either early last year or late 2022. I said no. And then I'm like, I was curious. So I went on OpenAI. I'm like, wow, this is interesting. And that was how it started. And today, like gradually, so much has happened between early last year and early this year and now. It's amazing, the things we are able to do with AI, right? Most of the things, like even with respect to our business, before now, I had to pay, a designated staff that will be posting content for us on all our social media handles, that will be doing so many things for us. But do you know that with AI knowledge that I have now, I have built automations that streamline those processes just with a click of a button. Everything is done, right? And it has also helped me in like talking about AI. I get so excited, and I'm trying to kind of walk you guys through my own personal journey. For example, I create content, and I want to show you guys, okay, very quickly the power of AI and why you should start if you have not. Start it now because we are in an era whereby knowledge, right? You don't need to wait until I want to understand it. I want to master it. No, that is the mistake a lot of people are making. You see, a lot of people have things they are doing. They are not talking about it. One day you are scrolling on your phone, you see somebody that is not even doing as much as what you're doing, but he's talking about it and building a name for themselves. You will see somebody that knows how to sew, but the one that don't know how to sew, but he's talking about that sewing, is making more money because he's talking about it online on social media, right? And now you can even create content without even putting your face on it. So if your own is setback or withdrawal syndrome is, oh, I don't know how to put my face out there. How do I start to put my, you can start with a faceless channel. You can start with a faceless TikTok account, a faceless Instagram account, Facebook, and YouTube. You can start from there, right? And then before now, when I want to create content, you see, I have to do research. I have to go to Google Trend. I have to view other people's videos. But let me show you guys the power of what I'm talking about, okay? I'm going to stop sharing this screen because I want to share my other screen here, so that you get to see firsthand what I'm talking about, okay? So this is one of the automation that I have built. Can you guys see my screen with with the AI bubbles? Uh, I need a response, please. Dikin Busayo, can you see my screen? Hello? You can hear us. Okay, perfect. So this is an automation I have built, right? Now, before now, if I want to create content, I go to, research. But now with this automation, all I need to do is, okay, this guy talks about financial stuff that I like, is a competitor in one of my businesses that is in one of my niches. So I just come here, okay? I take this link, I copy it, and then I take it to my make automation. You see, this make is integrated with Airtable, all right? This Airtable is an Excel spreadsheet on steroid. It's a high level of Excel. Now, this is my Airtable, right? It's connected with my make automation. So in this make, right, I put in the guy's link and I hit OK, right? Once I run this automation, it scans through his entire YouTube channel and gives me the highest, most engaged content on his channel in my Airtable. Now, I don't even need to, and all this less than 5 minutes. And then I come here, expand this. This is the script, summarized script of the entire most engaged, most viewed video on his channel. I take this now, right? If I want to make it a talking video, I can make it a talking video. If I don't want to make it a talking video, I copy the script, go back to InVideo, paste the script, ask InVideo to generate content for me. My face is not there. I post it on my YouTube channel. Or do I want to make it a podcast? I go to another pro software. I use that script. I can use the same script to generate video. I can use the same script to create podcast. And what? Do you see that? This is the power of AI. Now, I told you guys earlier that we were paying somebody just to be posting for us. But look at this. Let me bring up another automation that I built as well. This one is 2 of 2. Okay, so this is the first automation of this. When you see this, the way it's connected is like, let me show you guys just real quick. Okay, you see, this is another automation I've built. With this, right, all I need is create a content, post it on our website under the blog tab on our website. Now, this is connected to an RSS feed. The RSS feed pull that blog, walk through all this process, and then it get posted to all our social channel. Let me show you the 2 of 2 of this automation. Here, it get posted to what? LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram on a daily basis for a whole week. Just one content created using ChatGPT. Or that's all I need to do. Just give ChatGPT a prompt. ChatGPT create the content. I just needed to copy that content, post it on our website under the blog post, and then the rest is done with this AI automation. And this is just like a little, snippet on the power of AI. And I'm telling you this now. This is the right time to start. Whatever you are doing now, talk about it. YouTube pays, okay? Facebook pays, Instagram pays, TikTok pays in America, UK, Germany, France, but it doesn't pay in Canada until you build your followership to a certain level. But you can use TikTok, to create awareness about what you're doing. See? So it's I can go on and on and on, but because of time, I want to stop here because I want to give us enough time to ask me question. Okay? And before then, I want to say a very big thank you. Thank you so much, Pastor Ralph, for this amazing opportunity. Thank you, everyone. Now the floor is open. Feel free to ask me any question that you have. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Um, okay. It's echoing. Deacon Buta, can you maybe take the question and ask so I can hear clearly, or let's have it in the chat section.
Okay, hold on.
I wanted to know if it's possible for her to come in person.
It's an admin too.
Because so much information and it's just like it's just too much information. Okay. For me, you'll be without the travel. Sure. Or you can actually, because you have what you can, okay, you can give the contacts. Somebody else.
Okay. Deacon Buta, can you help me out there? Can you rephrase what she said because it was breaking?
Question. One of the key things is that she told us how to set up
Okay. Please, can you put your question in the chat box? I could hear it, and yeah, I'll take it from there.
Who has a question?
So you can learn about the industry. About how that she used to spend money before, like in posting content. We do that. Great content, but right now, it uses the power of AI. So, anyone have a question?
We'd have to send it via the chat.
Okay.
You have to send it to me. Send it via text, and I'll send it to her.
Oh. No, thanks.
Okay, there's a question in the chat, says, do you have any contact you can share in the private childcare in Ontario? My childcare knowledge is I'm in Alberta, and to a great extent, what I can tell you from my coaching experience, because I've mentored people that are in Ontario, in BC, in Regina, many of the regulations when it comes to childcare is kind of interconnected across the board, because we all have a federal, regulatory guidelines that, came downstream from the federal government. So there's a lot of connections there. All right. And that's why I said, check out this thing. However, if you need more information, feel free, reach out to me. Yeah, I'm sure Pastor Rav will be more than happy to share my contact with each and every one of you for any subsequent follow-up. Okay. Do you have any contact you can share in the private okay. So let me put, you want to reach out to me? Let me see here. Let's see if there's any question. Let us have your questions. Okay, yeah. Okay, so any other question?
Okay, just one more.
Okay. Okay, how did I build the AI tool? So I am using Make Automation, and then there are so many AI tools, right? And there are so many people trying to sell people different things, all in the name of artificial intelligence. And because many of these people know that this is the new this day, and everybody is trying to learn AI. What I'll say is, don't be in a hurry to pay any subscription. Any tool you are using, they always give at least 14 to 30 days trial period. So you need to explore all the trial options first. Any tool that is not giving you a free trial period, I would say leave it alone. Don't start, putting your money, because you may just put your money, you turn around, you found out that it's not the right tool for you. And many of them don't have a great a refund options. Okay. All right. Tell us more about the AI tool you use to create for my content creation. So for my content creation, I use, of course, the one I talk, like, I have 6 YouTube channels, 6 Facebook account, 6 TikTok accounts, 6 Instagram account, right? Then X and LinkedIn is for my personal brand and for our financial services. So each of these accounts is just towards different output or different contents, right? So now the ones that involves me talking, I have my production equipment, like I use this Sony ZV-10 for my recording, but you don't need to go and start investing in any camera. Start with your phone, right? I use my phone to create a lot of my content because it's easy, especially the short form content, right? I use my phone. Okay. So I use it, I create the content, I edit it with Capcut, and I also use a Final Cut Pro, which is on um, MacBook Pro to do my editing. Okay. But you can do everything with your phone. So those are my talking content. Now, the ones that are not talking, for what is it called? For podcast, I just generate podcasts using this Google, what's the name again? This new Google ML. is free for now. You can use that to create your podcast. Oh my God, I use it to create podcast. It was fantastic. That one is still free. Now I use InVideo. InVideo have trial period. You can try InVideo. InVideo generates amazing this thing. For example, my Phoebe Cinematic Studio movie production on YouTube, I use InVideo to create that. Okay. And then I use ChatGPT image generator to generate the consistent images for that channel. So it depends on my content and my channel that drives the softwares that I use. But the generic one, you can use InVideo to make anything you want to make when it comes to prompt to video. And of course, ChatGPT is the base of everything, because to get your script, you use ChatGPT, okay? And then inside ChatGPT, there is other aspect of ChatGPT that you can use to generate your images as well, okay? All right, so I think we've come to the end of this session, and I see that you guys are fired up. You're ready to go. So let's keep it moving. And if you have any question, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm always more than happy to be of help on your journey to have a successful, thriving business. Thank you very much for having me. Love you all. Bye for now.